also been asked by inverted 311 or inverted 311 to compare this Navy blend, Escudo Navy Deluxe, with this Navy blend, Plum Cake, McBaren's Plum Cake. So I'm going to do that for him. I've never done a kind of a tobacco review like that, so I guess I'll give it a shot. And he wants to know how they compare, so stay tuned for that. So we'll go ahead and start with kind of a tin note comparison. So we'll start with the McBaren Plum Cake. When you first smell it, you get a very kind of ketchup vinegar. And behind it, there's after that passes, it's kind of a little bit of a grass. And maybe some fruit, maybe a little bit of a fruit note, slight fruit note. Try the Escudo. This one, this plum cake, had kind of a tart smell, like a, you know, when you smell, it hits you in the back of the nose, and if you're not careful, you sneeze, type of thing. You know what I mean? It's not just enough to kind of make the mouth water, tartness. Burlap is what I get from this. Very burlappy. I don't know if that's a word, burlappy. Well, it is now, so. Yeah, kind of a cow barn. Hay, not cow shit, but hay. And burlap is I mean, there's a little bit of the ketchup, but mostly burlap. So I'll read a little bit of these two for the comparison. So the plum cake. Plum cake brings the thoughts back of old times when the sailor on board the sailing ships filled their pipes with good, satisfying tobacco, and having the scent of tar and seawater all around them. Bright Virginia tobaccos mixed with burley, a little original McBaren Cavendish, and just a touch of Syrian Latakia. On top of this masterly made blend, original Jamaican rum has been added. So this has got Virginia, Burley, Cavendish, and Syrian Latakia. The Escudo that I read before, combination of full-body Virginia from North Carolina and Virginia blended with Perique from Louisiana, are the cornerstones of Escudo. This blend is pressed and matured before it is spun into coins. So this is Virginia's and Perique's. Virginia and Perique, Virginia, Burley, Cavendish, and Latakia. We'll take a look at what they look like. So this is just kind of a ribbon cut. Maybe some bigger pieces, almost like a broken flake. But mostly it's ribbon. It's got some darks and some lights. Sure, the Virginias are probably the lighter. Cavendish and the Preak are probably the darker. When you go to pack this, of course, you just grab a big chunk of it like you would any other ribbon cut. The Escudo Navy Deluxe is a coin. It's a nice swirl of some dark and light. Again, this is Latakia and, no, I'm sorry, Preak and Virginia. When you go to smoke this, of course, you'll fold it and rub it out, put it in. So here's what I've decided to do. I've loaded up just a little bit, 1 pinch worth of the plum cake. And I'll smoke that and I'll talk about it a little bit. And then I'll go inside, do dinner, putting the kids to bed and that type of thing. And then I'll come back out here and I'll load up the Escudo. I have time for the pipe to cool off. I have time for the pipe to lose any any memory of the plum cake, and I'll have time to drink something, eat something, clean my palate, so that I can come back out here and do the Escudo review tonight as well. I decided to smoke it in my meerschaum. Definitely get a little bit of that grassy taste and smell. If you look for it, really look for it, you can kind of get a little bit of a fruitiness, probably from the rum. Seems like a little bit thinner from what I remember of the Escudo. I'll do better tonight when I actually sit down and think about it. You know, sometimes, a lot of times with like a really sugary or sweet, aromatic, kind of breathe it in and you feel like you've got like a real thick smoke. This kind of has a very dry taste and smell. Dry grass. Again, I mean, it smells like if you've ever gotten under your mower to change the blades or something and found that grass that's been in there for a while. So in all, it's been a pretty good smoke. I mean, it's McBaren, so it's probably going to be a good smoke. It's definitely got the grassiness, a little bit of the vinegar ketchup-y taste, and like I said, if you look really hard and search for it, you can kind of get a little bit of fruit, probably from the rum. It's a pretty good smoke. I'll let you know how it compares to the Escudo shortly. All right, so now it's time for the Escudo. So right off the bat, there's a difference. This one has a lot less of that grassy taste. I don't know if that means it has less Virginia in it. I don't know. Definitely feels like a fuller smoke, thicker. Definitely has a little bit of peppery to it. That's the Preak, I'm sure. Not getting, there's a little bit of a burlap smell to the smoke that I can smell. has more, has less types of tobacco in it, but it seems to have more flavor, more different. Like the hay, or not the hay, the grass was very apparent in the plum cake. This one's got more earthy. Like grass, grass is very plantish, and burlap is more musty, I guess I would say. Researching Navy blends, the history that I found from it was that the sailors would take tobacco and they would roll it and twist it into long ropes or whatever, and they'd tie it up somewhere, and then they'd pour rum on it, or they'd pour molasses or something on it to keep it moist. And as they sailed, the longer the voyage, the better the taste would be. Just, I guess, because of the time it had to, really take in those flavors that they were pouring on it. Really good. With the Baren plum cake, the tin note is what I really got as I was smoking it. Not so much with this. This really wasn't a full review. I didn't really load an entire bowl and smoke it through from start to midway through, and then to the last bit, the dregs, the bottom, the heel of the pipe. And that might change some of the quality, some of the things a little bit on both. It's been a long time, it's been a little while since I've smoked a full bowl of the plum cake. However, I did smoke a full bowl of the Escudo 3 days ago. It's definitely different than the plum cake. My verdict is I still like the Escudo better. The plum cake is great. I'm not going to throw it away. If I had to choose, though, I would choose the Escudo. And I do believe that there's enough difference that if you blindfolded me and gave me a bowl, a pipe, I could tell the difference. I hope this helps you out, Inverted 311. I hope this answers your questions. If you do decide to purchase any of the Escudo, because it sounds like you've tried the plum cake already, and you don't like it, you know where to send it. If you want to send me your information, I could send you a little bit of this in a bag. pipegrump@gmail.com should get to me, or leave me a personal message through the YouTube app. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I hope this was informative. I hope I didn't botch the review too much. Peace and pipe smoke, my friends.